Ms. Jade, I know you recently, well, not recent, you've been a couple years now. I don't know how many years you had this Top Tier boutique.
About 2 years.
About 2 years. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations on 2 years. What made you start, outside of course your love of Venice Floyd, but what made you start Top Tier boutique?
Well, me and my partner, Playboy Fresh, right there.
Hey.
We pop-up shops. We started doing pop-up shops. This was pop-up shop. I had this idea, and I had a lot of stuff that I hadn't worn yet. Stuff with tags on it, and the stuff that we used for the pop-up shop. A lot of it was from my closet, and it was like years and years of just being a hoarder of and collecting shit. And we did the pop-up shop, and I always said, like in the back of my mind, I want to do a store, I just didn't want the responsibility that came with it. Like I didn't know nothing about it because it wasn't my lane. But the pop-up shop started becoming famous, and we started doing them, and then we had the space, and my fiance had the space, and I was like, all right, it used to be a hair salon, my boutique nail. It used to be a hair salon, and he was like, well, what you want to do with it? I was like, oh, I can do a store. And
Here we go.
Top Tier Boutique.
Here we go.
Yeah.
You still moving?
Yeah.
Oh, keep the mic, Ms. Jade. Keep the mic. What were some of your biggest challenges opening up your boutique?
Just trying to get customers in here, and also we're not in the best neighborhood, so not being in those type of neighborhoods is like I don't necessarily want, because when I first moved there, one corner it was like just a real traffic-y, and it was a bunch of traffic, and then the other corner it was a bunch of guys on the corner. And I'm like, I don't necessarily want people from the neighborhood to come, and I'm not on like a main block. So I ain't want people from the neighborhood to come when I'm closed, like, knuckleheads. I want them to come in, but also, in the state of the world we living in, it's just like, you gotta kind of be cautious.
Yeah.
So that was kind of my biggest thing. Just being cautious and trying to get people in here, but trying to keep the riffraff out.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Brittany, same question. What were some of your challenges launching your brand? So my understanding is e-commerce, correct?
Huh?
E-commerce?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. What were some of the challenges?
So some of the challenges were just kind of basically, like the regular, just getting it out there, just getting it to certain people and things like that. And, just trying to learn how to do the whole website thing and then mailing things out and trying to also balance that with also, I'm doing a lot. So trying to find that balance, that was a big challenge for me, but I got a down pack now.
So how did you overcome? What were some of the steps that you took to overcome those challenges?
Just being organized and prioritizing certain days to look. This is when I'm dedicating pink cheeseburger to, and then this day I'm dedicating leopard twisted. So just, again, keep that balance and organized.
Okay. Ms. Jane, same question. What were some of the steps that you took to overcome some of those challenges that you spoke about?
Like she said, just being like pinpointing exactly what I felt like can work for me. Like I can't, it was times where things got really, really slow, and it was just like I would sit in the store. Like I'm an artist as well, so it's just like I don't have time to wait. So I would sit in the store days and days, and and on top of that, I didn't really want, like I said, the riffraff to come in. So it makes sense to me to just open one day a week and then just do online orders and appointment only. So I had to really come up, like strategize and see exactly what will work for Top Tier Boutique. And I think that, just strategizing and realizing this is what's going to work, or this is, try this. And once I did, we did different things. But Saturdays and online appointments and online and e-commerce. So I felt like that is the thing that worked for us. So I had to find exactly, and I went through different things, but that was the thing that worked.
So it seems that the common denominator between both of you is e-commerce, right? Like you have to pivot and figure out how to have a presence on e-commerce. So, how has social media impacted your respective businesses? So that's question number one. And then, how do you use it? Like, what are the pros and cons to social media as it relates to your business?
So I feel like with social media, what I've realized is social media is almost like a follow the leader type of thing.
Talk about it.
So it's just like, okay, I can show you what it looked like in a store, or I could take a picture of it, but you gotta see somebody with it on. You have to literally see that in front of your face, and I can't do what everybody else do. I got my own niche.
Everything.
I gotta stay in my own lane, and so I just realized that taking the pictures and being consistent. And I was like, it was a moment where I was like, I don't want to be drawing and taking pictures of myself. But that's what people gotta see until they see it on you or anybody. I feel like for me, it's the best because it's me. I can show you what it look like rather than me just showing you a picture of this shirt. Let me show you how to put it together.
Right.
Let me show you what looks right with this and this, that, and the third, because you might have an idea, but until you see it on me, it looks better like this.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So you gotta constantly see it. But like I said, that just being on Instagram, like that's a lot. You keep being on Instagram, like I'm a mother, I'm a fiance, I be
It's a lot.
cool for a lot of shit, but I had to learn to open up.
No,
Like,
for
I had to learn
Yeah.
to edit.
So,
That's
really
a lot.
quickly, since you've been posting
That's where I'm at.
your own style guides, using yourself as a model, how does that impact your followers? Did you see an increase?
I absolutely did. I absolutely did. And then the thing of it is like it showed me like, sometimes you have to step outside of the box, because you didn't want to do this at first, but it works because you get to show your personality, you get to show the stuff that's in your store, and people can relate. So if they can relate to you, then they can relate to the clothes, and then they can bring their ass in the store.
Absolutely. And I think one of the biggest takeaways from what Ms. Jade just spoke about was understanding that she's one of the biggest assets in her business,
Right.
and figuring out in a comfortable way how to leverage you as an asset to your business.
Yeah.
Okay, that's great. Thank you for that.
That's important.
Yeah, so true. With social media, it gets tricky. Like, it really gets tricky because it's like, now with the algorithm and stuff being messed up, it's just like, I would have a lot of people like, oh, I don't see your stuff, I ain't see it, whatever. But it's just like she said, you have to be consistent. Because all it takes is just that one video, that one reel, or that one post to go viral, and then they'll look at you. But it gets very, very tricky. I'm not the type of person to ask people like, hey, can you repost this? Because I'm not gonna lie, I hate when people ask me that. I'll just be honest, I really do. So I will go, if you like it, you're gonna post it. But as far as like keeping up with the content and stuff, I remember one day I was really, really tired. And my little girl from Jackson, Jesus Christ. I was tired, but I know I needed to promote my new shirt that I was dropping. So we came down here, I did everything off my phone, I do everything myself. My graphics, everything, photos, all that myself. Came
So
down here.
wait. You do all the graphic designs for your shirts as well?
Yes, all of it.
So you're a one-woman band.
Yes, everything.
Let's give a clap. Let's give a round of applause.
Yeah, but I have to push myself, and like I said, and she said, being consistent, no matter how you feel, if you don't want to do it, you have to still do it. So, consistency really is the key word.
So I'm gonna double down on the social media question. So you have your real life and then you have your online persona. Are those two individuals one and the same, or are they polar opposites? And then how do you turn it off and turn it back on?
I think I'm the same. I think I'm the same. Yes.
Yeah, I had to learn it. It is what it is. Like, not, I had to show it is what it is. I think that you it's not gonna work if you try to be somebody else. So whatever I got to give is what they gonna get. And I think that attitude and that whole vision of it, I can't be nobody else. I gotta, and it shines through. It got like it's gonna cut through. If you want some fake shit, it's gonna cut through. It's gonna look crazy. And if I get in there and start talking at a different voice and yeah, you gotta come down and try, hey queen, and doing all this extra shit, and I know I'm not really like that, you gonna see that. So I think that being your best self it works. Yeah.
So being your most authentic self is
Your
what works.
authentic self, it works. Yeah.
Nice. So, education, right? As entrepreneurs, me being an entrepreneur myself, what are some of the tools that you use to keep up with trends in fashion, keep up with trends in e-commerce, social media, and so on and so forth?
I guess just being on social media.
Okay.
Literally, just like everything is on social media. The latest trends, what's going on, what's new, what's out. So just I like to observe, and when I go out to the club or anywhere, like a lounge bar or anything, I'm also looking at where everybody got on. And then I'm looking at, okay, they like it that way, okay, this is what they're doing. And then I'll add my little 2 cents into it. I don't like to directly go for what's out, because it seems like everybody does it. So if I see something, I'm like, okay, and then I'll add my own little thing on it. So that's how I'm showing everything.
Okay. Same question as Jay.
I think, like, just try to keep up and what's going on is, like she said, paying attention to the trends and you paying attention to what's going on, because otherwise you like lost. You paying attention to it, and then you throw your twist. You just throwing whatever it is that you get, and your twist might be total opposite, but you still gotta incorporate that in some way. So you being smart about whatever the trend is, whatever the situation is. Like I just had a video out. It was like, it was soft life and all that type of stuff, and aesthetic and all that type of stuff. To me, like, it's overdone. So what I did was, so they talking about the soft life. I'm gonna show you my soft life. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just incorporating the things that I might not completely agree with, but it's a trend. So I'm in it, but I ain't in it.
So, one of the things that I've learned, just in business is there's really no such thing as a new idea, but it's always a new perspective.
Right.
Right? So, you two ladies have very unique perspectives, and I think you all should double down on that perspective and figure out what that looks like for you. Now, don't get so caught out there, things might be overdone or whatever the case may be, but they're not saying Miss Jade do it, get ready with me.
Yeah.
They're not saying Brittany do it, get ready with me, right? And I know Brittany uses a lot of humor, a lot of comedy, like she low-key funny as hell, I follow her. So, double down on that, right? Because that's the things that make people frequent your page.
Right.
And always make sure that there's a call to action, right? Like when people come to your page, what do you want them to do when they're there? So be mindful about that when you post the content. The next thing, what advice would you have for aspiring entrepreneurs, fashion designers, entrepreneurs, boutique owners, etc.?
My advice is, and not to get spiritual, I don't know everybody's faith or whatever, but really just let God lead